Have you been looking for a simple, straightforward approach to training your dog to do anything? I'm Danelle, and this is my Border Collie Henry, and today I want to share with you my 3-step method to train any behavior. That is create, label, and reward. Let's get started. How does the system of create, label, and reward work? I have my soft pea-sized treats, just some little hot dog bits. And I'll show you how I did this when I taught him to lie down. It's better to not drop treats on the ground. All right, so what we'll do is a lot of dogs will start in a sit because we've taught them sit since they were little puppies. So we'll start there. Okay, so we're going to use the treat in a closed hand to lure him into the position we want. In this instance, it's a down. For a down, you'll be tempted to pull your hand away. You see, that does not create a down. It makes him start walking. So for a down, we're going to want to aim right for his feet. You have it right at his nose, and then we down toward his feet. Good job. So now we reward. Let's try that again. So first, we create the behavior. We create it by luring him. Create. Down, that's the label, and reward. Then we say, okay. The reason we say okay is when we start teaching them to stay, we will be teaching them when I tell you down or sit, you just stay there until I give you a release word like okay or free, something like that. All right, let's teach Henry to do something he does not know how to do. He has never learned to weave between my legs, which is a really kind of fun trick. Teaching your dog tricks is a good way to practice training without the pressure of training more serious cues like sit, wait, come when called. That's a life or death one, which we will address in a future video. But let's just train a fun trick. This builds your skills, it builds their skills of paying attention, of learning to trust you, bond with you, and it really helps to build your skills of timing. So we're going to use create, label, reward to train weave between my legs. I'm reminding him off. We'll have a video on jumping that you can watch because I know he's going to want to jump. I just dropped one on the ground, so he got a bonus. All right, so first we're going to create the weave behavior by luring him. So I'll put my legs like that. He's trying his other tricks. Ready? Weave, reward. So I said the cue word weave right when he was doing it. So we're just building it. We can't use it as a command yet because he doesn't know it. We're building his understanding of the word weave by labeling it exactly when it happens. Ready? Weave, reward. We created it, we labeled it, re-rewarded it. All right, so what do you do next when you have done the create, label, reward? Your dog seems to be responding pretty well, and you're thinking he's starting to know the cue word. Then you can kind of test. Is he responding? Does he really understand the word yet? So just casually ask him to do that behavior. Let's see if they respond. Henry, down. And I'm helping him by pointing a little. Good job. So he's knowing that now. So your next step to strengthen that, because he still needs a little help, but he does know the word. Your next step is to take him out and expose them to a few distractions. Right now, Henry has a couple of distractions, right? We have Edna, come here. We have Edna, his housemate, Audrey, come on. And we have Audrey. Come here, Audrey, come on. She's skulking around the back. They like to come outside and pretend that they're hurting each other. Okay. So now I'm asking him to perform under distraction. For some dogs, those distractions are birds or squirrels or maybe food. For a dog that's really motivated by food, you could take a little can of cat food maybe and poke some holes in the top so they can smell it, but they can't get get at it to get the reward if things don't go right. You can just put it over to the side. For Henry, it is herding his housemates, Edna and Audrey. So when we increase the difficulty, then we're going to want to increase the reward. We need to go back a step a little and make it a little easier for them. So I'll get his treat. So right now Edna's coming close, so he's distracted. So I'm going to go back and use the reward to reinforce. Down. Label, reward. Okay, good. Let's try his new trick that we just taught him. Edna wants to do, go on, Ed. We'll throw that for Edna to get rid of her. Let's try his new trick, weave, with under distraction. That's when the leash helps too. If you have a dog that's very strongly distracted, a leash helps. And also, if they are so distracted that they can't listen at all, try moving away from the distraction or getting an easier distraction. Instead of a squirrel, try a stuffy toy as a distraction. So we'll try his new one. Here we go. Ready? Weave. Reward. So just go back and make it easier. When you up the difficulty, up the treats, go back to your more basic level. Create, label, reward. And a couple last notes. Don't sweat the small stuff. If you're trying to train the down and they're just fighting you and fighting you, maybe there's a different way to do it. Maybe the sitting down and luring them under your leg. Maybe they're just too young and they just don't have the attention span yet. A puppy should really only be training for maybe 3 to 5 little 2-minute sessions a day. It's more with puppies just about slowly crafting your eventual perfect dog. And if you have an adult dog that's never trained, maybe you just rescued it from a shelter, you're just going to be focusing on the bonding and you're slowly chipping out the eventual awesome dog that you envisioned. And anyway, so enjoy your training. If you're getting frustrated, you're getting angry, that is not going to build a good bond. Your dog is not going to want to listen to you. He's going to think it's the worst thing he's ever done, and it's just going to be counterproductive. So don't sweat the small stuff. Focus on the things you really, really need from the dog. A good solid sit, a good solid down. And we'll focus on some of the indoor things that are really critical to having a good dog too, like go to your bed, quit barking, things like that. So please, let's follow along for future videos. I'm really excited to go on this journey with you to create your dream dog. And let me know in the comments the topics you'd like to see covered, the problems you are having trouble solving, and some of your fun successes. And thanks for watching.